think we're live. Are we live? Hey, we made it. We are back, baby. This is our first live stream in, about a month.
Yeah.
If not longer. It's been a while.
We are busy men.
We are busy boys. So, welcome to the Dorks Next Door. If this is your first time listening to us, we really appreciate you guys joining us. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and comment in the chat. Go ahead and hit a like on this live stream. Go ahead and share it with your friends because you know we're just that cool and you want to share us with everybody you know. We're glad that you are here with us. So, fun fact, we haven't actually uploaded anything in about 3 weeks, and that is not necessarily our fault while it is. We have been going at this for a year now. Mm-hmm. And you would think a year in we would have everything figured out. We do not. We recorded 3 weeks ago. Not at all. We recorded 3 weeks ago our 1 year anniversary special, as well as talking about D23, and everything got corrupted, so we lost it all. So that's what we ended up doing today, is re-recording that episode. So that should be coming out on Friday. There's going to be an audio version of that on our SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play accounts, as well as a video version of the podcast right here on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So go ahead and hit that notification bell so when it drops, you don't miss it, and you get to see our wonderful, beautiful faces as we talk about D23 again. We're 3 weeks late, but we also talk about a few other interesting things as well. And we've got some other interesting things we're going to talk about today. A lot of things that we are excited to talk about, and we're just going to hang out and chat and talk. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. So let's get ready to jump on this fun ride, I guess we can call it. My name is Andy York. I guess I forgot to mention that. I might need to mention that. I'm your man, Andy York. Joined as always, this is Jason Lee. We've been at this for a year now, so if you're new to this podcast, hey, thanks for joining us. We like new subscribers. Go ahead and hit that subscribe. How you doing today?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Very good, actually, because, as I said when we were recording, I got my registration renewed today and my license renewed today, and we just lost all of our viewers because that's not interesting enough. But
I was like, wait, what happened?
No, yeah.
The stream dropped.
Everything's dead. So sorry.
I have PTSD about that.
No, but no, I'm really, really happy right now because moving into adult life, those are things you have to worry about. That's red tape you got to worry about. Jumping through hoops. So it's a great weight that has been lifted off my shoulders now that both of those things are taken care of, and I'm really excited about it.
You can just be you now. You know, you can put your adult hat away and put on your fun hat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Adult fun are both mutually exclusive.
They are. They can't be the same together.
Right.
It's impossible to be an adult and have fun at the same time.
Right.
That's what I've always been told.
Well, there is alcohol now, which I can buy with my brand new license.
That's true.
So
I'm not a drinker, so
okay.
I
might become one.
I drink this stuff. It's about as bad as alcohol, really, in some senses.
Oh boy.
Anyways, we are way off track. We just started. So we are going to dive into a lot of things today. We're going to dive into a lot of subjects, as well as just hanging out and talking to you in the chat as well. So we're going to get your feedback and a lot of stuff. We're going to save the what we're into's for the podcast. You have to go listen to what we're into this week. I think that's very safe and fair to say. We're just going to kind of jump into everything. And since you are the gamer of the two of us, especially
really?
Well, you're the gamer of the two of us specifically with this game.
Oh.
Yeah, with this game.
I'm
trash at this game. I'll let you kind of go ahead and take over. And
a lot of exciting stuff for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which might be my favorite game of all time. It is absolutely amazing. The hype cycle on it has been crazy. But we just got Banjo-Kazooie, which is extremely exciting. They're a lot of fun to play as. I am terrible at Banjo-Kazooie right now. Joker, I clicked with right away because he is fast and light. And Hero, I clicked with right away because he has a sword. And Banjo, I am not clicking with. But he's a lot of fun to play as, and that's what matters.
Exactly.
And then we got Terry Bogard announced, who I didn't know who he was, but I'm still really interested by him. Yeah. And I've done a decent amount of research on Fatal Fury, on SNK, on a couple different things. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited whenever a new character is announced. Doesn't really matter if I know them or not. I'm just excited to have someone new to play as.
Exactly.
But I'm interested to see who the fifth fighter is going to be.
Who do you think?
My top. So I think Gino from Super Mario RPG is a decent pick. There's a lot of names that have been going around. Crash Bandicoot would be my favorite to see.
That'd be cool.
Steve from Minecraft would also be my favorite to see. I think that would be hilarious.
I thought that would be
awesome.
Your answer, actually.
Yeah. Let's see. Here's a few others. Shantae would be a lot of fun to see.
Okay.
Sora, don't really care. Don't really care. He can get in, and that's just fine and dandy. Never played Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, it's so much fun.
I might someday. I know I have a lot of friends who love it.
Actually, play the first one. If you play the first one, you'll be fine. Don't worry about the rest of them.
Nice.
Play the first one.
But yeah, there's a lot of people that are talked about. A lot of people that are never going to get in. But Sans Mii costume,
yeah,
which everyone was really excited about. So
yeah,
that's nice, I guess. I don't hate it. It's just like, I don't care about meme characters all that much. So
you don't use the
if Waluigi got in, I wouldn't care.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah. So yeah, I have I hardly play that game anymore.
Yeah,
which is sad.
It's really, in terms of flexibility, in terms of mechanics and presentation, and the amount of characters and variety that you have, it's so great, and it's so much fun to digest, and it's totally right up my alley.
Yeah.
In so many different aspects. So in terms of a non-single player game, it's my favorite ever.
See, I just got not done yet, but playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I'm still playing that. It's still a lot of fun. Yeah. I finally got past Doctor Strange, which was a great moment in my life, and then I beat Dormammu like it was nothing. And I have
my other
no
friend
idea
said
why.
that too.
I have no idea why.
I don't understand that, because I beat Doctor Strange in one try, and then Dormammu took me 5.
Yeah. So it took me a little, and then so spoilers if you haven't played it, but who cares? So right after the Doctor Strange, right after you get out of all of that, you go to the Inhumans, correct? Yes. You go to the Inhumans.
I think so.
That dude, I could not beat him to save my life.
Oh, Maximus?
He got on my last nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do not like him. And then I struggled a little bit with Claw. Don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah. I struggled. It wasn't
too tough for me.
But everyone else was just running
a pro
through.
gamer.
Yeah, you're a pro gamer.
Not really. I'm actually terrible at video games. But
that just means I'm way worse. But yeah, so I'm going to start trying to pick up Super Smash Bros. Again. I'm going to try to. I'm going to start playing. I'm going to try to get as many characters as I can now. That's my goal, is to do something with that game. We'll
it's
see how
such
it goes,
a blast. And they said, the most exciting thing that they said is that after the 5th fighter from the Fighters Pass is released, so Terry Bogard is the 4th, after they announce the 5th fighter, there are more characters in development after that.
Really?
So at least one more Fighters Pass of 5 more characters, which, holy crap.
That's a lot of characters.
That increases the odds for all of your favorite characters to get in.
Yeah.
Even if it's a complete pipe dream, like Master Chief,
How many characters are there now?
So there were 74 in the base game. Piranha Plant makes 75, plus the DLC, which will be up to 80 once they get the 5th fighter in there. Wow. And then additional DLC characters would be another pass of 5 more, 85. Right. And there's room in the game for another pass beyond that.
Yeah.
Which would be 5 more, bringing it up to 90.
So 90. They'll probably try to go for 100.
And crazy, isn't it?
I could see them go for 100.
Yeah. I don't know if there's room in the game for 100, but I don't know how easy it would be to fix that.
Nico said, "Breaking. I'm the new DLC in Smash. That'd be fun.
Holy crap! Dude.
I would play with Nico as. That sounds weird.
That sounds great.
That sounds great though. I'm all for it. Make it happen, Nintendo. Make it. I know you're watching us right now. Make it happen.
Nico, what would your special move be? Let me know.
Yeah, let us know in the chat what your special move would be.
Actually, there are many special moves, but just one of them.
Just one. Just his one.
Banjo-Kazooie, my favorite move of theirs is their forward smash, where he takes Kazooie out of the backpack, smashes it straight down in front of him. It's awesome.
Oh, man. So, is there anything else you want to add about that?
No.
Okay. So we're going to move on to and if you guys have any comments or chats, go ahead and throw them in there about Super Smash Bros. Or anything else.
Who do you want to see?
Yes.
In Smash Bros.
He said, haha, Andy wants to play with me. Didn't mean it like that. It's okay. Moving on.
I mean, you walked directly into it.
I did. So. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh, this is not... I need to bring those words back, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
let's move on to the upcoming Joker movie, which comes out a little less than a month from now, I believe so. It comes out October 9th.
4th, I think.
Oh, 4th. Never mind. Don't listen to me. It comes out in a little less than a month, though. And there's been a lot of hype around this movie. There's been a lot of people talking about it being one of the greatest movies they've ever seen, to it being a movie that, like, for Academy Awards, and like Joaquin Phoenix deserves, they said, an Oscar for his performance and things like that. So there's a lot of hype for this movie, and we kind of touched on this on our podcast a little bit, but we kind of wanted to bring it here and talk to you guys about it and see what you guys think of. And I asked you these 2 questions, and I'll let you kind of go ahead and you can tell us your answers again in a shortened form, or go full in if you want again. But I asked him, and I'm going to ask you guys the same thing. Are you excited for the Joker movie, and why or why not? I'm going to kind of lean it towards you, Jason.
Oh. Right. I did talk about this a little bit on the podcast. In short, no, I'm not excited for the Joker movie, but I want to see it, and I am interested by it. The reason I'm not really excited for it is because the things that I get excited for is usually escapist media. And the Joker movie doesn't really look like something that's escapist, but it looks very interesting. I'm very interested to see what it's all about. I'm sure I'm really going to like it. But I'm not hyped or excited to go see it because it's a completely different animal from a lot of the stuff we talk about on the podcast. Right. So yeah, we'll see. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think everything is pointing toward it being great. I talked about some of my sort of issues on the podcast. So, right. I mean, they're not even that really. Just kind of, the discourse surrounding this movie and what, I think about that. I talked about that a little bit on the podcast.
Right. So. We talked about this a little bit too. I'm very excited for this movie, I think. One, just because it is going in a completely different direction than the rest of the DC movies that we've seen over the last few years. Todd Phillips he directed the Hangover movies, which some of them are great, some of them are not that good. But he also directed A Star Is Born, which was last year one of my favorite movies of the year. So the fact that he's doing this movie is really, really cool. And I think it's going to be like you said, a completely different beast than anything else we've ever seen from DC. Mm-hmm. And that kind of gives them a way of... Because one of the critiques we've always said is they've played things kind of safe.
In a sense,
like they've played things kind of safe in a sense. Whereas this is a long shot. This is the biggest... this is probably their most risky movie they've made in a long time, if ever. And so it's very interesting that they're going at this approach with this movie, but I still think it's going to be an absolutely great movie. I fully expect this to be a great movie. Am I going in with a little hesitation because I've said that before about a DC movie and then got completely burned? Yeah, I'm definitely doing that, but I completely think that this is going to be a different set of circumstances, and I think it's got a lot more going for it positively than it does negatively, and I'm very, very excited to see this movie.
Right. It's like the difference between if every DC movie was an X-Men Apocalypse and then Logan was coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, and we both said that this could be the DC equivalent to Logan.
Right.
Very easily could be, if it's to that level that they say it is.
And like I said, it could be the Logan of this year.
Yeah. And so
because last year the greatest superhero movie of last year was Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And the year before that it was Logan.
Yeah. And I think this could
be kind of that transcendent comic book movie of this year.
Yeah, and I think it has a really, really good chance to do that. Let us know, though, if you want to see this movie, if you're excited about this movie, kind of throw your thoughts in the chat, and we'll get to them as they come through. We're looking forward to that as well. And then kind of one of the last things, and then we're going to just kind of chat for a little bit. Mm-hmm. You didn't get to see this movie because you didn't watch the first one either. Correct?
It?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. This past weekend, I went to go see It Chapter 2 with my brother-in-law. We got to see the first one together, and I will say we're not gonna go into spoilers or anything like that here. Just kind of an overview thought of what I thought about this movie. the first hour of this movie is painfully slow. Like, painfully slow. And it kind of, I understand why they went the direction they went into, because it's one of those things of it, like, they have to do a little bit of backstory and a little bit of backwork before getting into the actual fun part of the jump scares and things like that.
Fun.
Yeah, the fun part. Don't get me wrong, there was a few jump scares in the first part of this movie, but I don't think, this movie was 2 hours and 45 minutes long, and it very easily could have been 2 hours and been just fine. It would have been much better. It was just, there's a lot of stuff that was at the beginning that was slow and that didn't really mesh very well. But then once you get past that first hour, it picks up and it goes full insane. You get to see what it was like to be inside the mind of Stephen King a little bit, and he is a crazy, crazy man. He even makes a cameo in the movie, which is really, really cool.
Oh, nice.
The actors,
a Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah, a Stephen King cameo though. The actors in this movie were fantastic. Bill Hader is hilarious in this movie. I mean, he's absolutely hilarious in this movie. James McAvoy does a great job as always. I forget the guy who plays It the Clown.
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, he is ridiculous at this part. He is so great, and it's amazing to see him kind of go from being in some movies like this one character to this complete psychopath killer clown. It's amazing. And even like some of the some of them talking about like being on set with him, they said that he goes from being a normal person to that actor in like seconds. Like, he doesn't stay in character all day. He can switch it on and off, which is it's amazing that he's able to do that.
Interesting.
And so, he definitely stole the show as It the Clown again. It goes crazy. The ending is a little weird. A lot of people did not like the ending. I didn't mind it, to be honest. It's kind of a weird thing that kind of happened. But it's funny. It's a funny movie that kind of leans more on the humor side than the horror side at times. But it still gives you a plethora of grotesque moments and like jump scares and things like that. So it's definitely a movie I would check out. If you've seen the first one and you were worried about the second one, definitely go see this movie. You'll enjoy it. I would recommend you watching both of these movies. They're really, really good. They're two of my favorite horror movies of all time already, and so they're great movies. I would definitely check them out and look at them. Nico said, "I'm down for the Joker, moderately hyped." I think that kind of fits. And then I wanted cosmic fourth dimensional time hopping turtle. Yeah, do you know anything about that from Stephen King's books? Okay, so a quick synopsis of this is there was a giant cosmic turtle that vomited the earth. And
what's the context for this?
It's Stephen King, man.
Is this a story that he made?
This is like the premise of it. Like, this is kind of like, you'll see. So like, he's like, there's this cosmic turtle that throws up the earth and carries it on its shell, right? And so It the Clown and this turtle, I forget the name of the turtle. It the Clown and this turtle are like mortal enemies. Like, they hate each other. So I guess like the turtle is like the symbol of good. The clown is obviously the symbol of evil. And there's a lot of like little turtle references throughout both movies, which is fantastic. But yeah, it's kind of just like that, and they're like they can like hop dimensions, and yeah, it's really weird. Like, they really dialed these two movies down compared to what the book's like. It's crazy. It's insane. It's absolutely insane what they do.
Wow,
he did a lot of cocaine, man. He did a lot of cocaine.
Awesome.
He said ending of chapter 1 was more cathartic when they all get in a circle and beat the crap out of it. Yeah, that was definitely that. I like the Banana Splits horror film. It's spookier than it. I don't think I've seen that. I've never seen Banana Splits. Chapter 2, bullying saves the day. It does. I'll explain afterwards because we don't want to go into spoilers with it. But yeah, it was a great movie. I would definitely recommend it. I had a lot of fun with it. Have you seen the trailer for it?
No.
For the second one? Okay, well, in the trailer, there's like this creepy old lady that like gets possessed by it, the clown, by it and things like that. And so we're sitting at the movie theater, and in comes this old lady with her grandkids, and she looks exactly like the same old lady from the movie. And so she's coming in to sit down while we're getting ready to watch It Chapter 2, and me and my brother-in-law literally looked at each other and went, we're both going to die right here, right now.
Tonight. Oh, my gosh.
It was crazy, but it's a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend you checking that out and seeing that. Are you a big horror fan?
No.
Have you seen any horror movies?
No.
None?
No, I saw The Babadook.
I don't think I've seen that. Is it good?
Yeah, it's really good.
Is it scary?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a good gauge on that, though. But I thought it was scary.
Are you more... So
it's very well critically received.
Okay. Are you more of a like thriller? Like, can you do like thriller movies, like suspense movies? Like, have you seen A Quiet Place?
No, but I'm sure I would like it if I saw it.
Yeah. There was a movie on Netflix that came out. It's like more of an indie film. It's called Would You Rather. It's kind of like that same like creepy ass vibe, but it's not like necessarily like jump scare horror, but it's more like suspense horror, things like that. It's basically what Jordan Peele does a lot of. Oh, which I'm a huge fan of him. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I want to see Get Out too. That's probably one I would really like.
Get Out and Us. I saw Us. Us was really good. Us was really good. Yeah. I was gonna say something else. Don't remember what it was. Do you have anything that you would like to throw out there to talk about, to chat about?
Nope.
We haven't talked about... Okay, so we didn't get to talk about D23.
The Hawkeye thing.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So rumor has it that the casting for Kate Bishop, because the Hawkeye Disney Plus show is going to be about Clint Barton training Kate Bishop, who in the comics is kind of his protege, and she is one of the members of the Young Avengers. She's my favorite Young Avenger. But rumor has it that they're looking at Haley Steinfeld to play Kate Bishop, which I think is awesome. Yeah, I think that'd be really good.
She played Spider-Gwen in Into the Spider-Verse, and she played, you said, the little girl from True Grit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she was in Bumblebee, too. She was the main girl from Bumblebee.
And she was in the Pitch Perfect movies. Mm-hmm.
So she's a solid actress, very famous singer. Yeah. But I think that would be an interesting dynamic between her and Jeremy Renner, because Jeremy Renner is a very like unique personality.
He is.
You know.
He is.
But I also feel like she has the energy to bring out a little bit of life in him, because sometimes he struggles in that department, I think.
A little bit.
Oh, we can talk about the Jeremy Renner app.
It got shut down, didn't it?
Yeah. I think it did.
But here's my question, because you said she's known for her singing. And Jeremy Renner is a musician now.
Now, yeah. Oh, man.
Are we going to get
high quality?
Are we going to get Hawkeye the musical?
I hope so. Would that not legitimize his character in the public eye?
It would. I think it would.
Yeah.
He goes from Ronin to musical. Yeah.
They just, they're fighting the Yakuza or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're just like singing back and forth, and the camera pans around like it's like Mary Poppins or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that would work.
I'm totally on board with this.
I am too. I think that would work. If you're going to go crazy with One Division, go crazy with Hawkeye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'll be very artistic.
Yes, exactly.
And very original and subvert expectations, I think, is the number one benefit.
Yeah. Nico said, and she's in Ender's Game. I don't think I've seen Ender's Game. Mm-hmm. Have you?
No. No, but I've heard about it.
Yep. And then this old helmet said, is this about helmets? We should make a podcast about helmets. That's the next thing, is our podcast on helmets. That's what next week is a podcast on helmets.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know how knowledgeable I am on helmets.
You can just make it up.
Right.
Yeah. Make it till you fake it. Or fake it till you make it.
Right.
Make it till you fake it.
Make it till you fake it.
I think that's how a lot of people live. And then Nico said there's definitely going to be a musical segment in WandaVision. Oh, I think that's almost a given. Because I think they're going to go absolutely insane with that show.
Yeah.
I think they're going to absolutely insane with that show.
I hope so.
The poster for the new one for WandaVision looks absolutely amazing. We talked about that. It's got that Dick Van Dyke 40s feel to it.
Yeah.
Plus, it kind of lets you know that like not everything's okay with Wanda, like at all.
My wife, who is obsessed with Fallout 4.
Yeah.
She's like so excited for this show. She was like, it was made for me because like it's got that retro 40s, 50s feel to it, and she already likes Wanda's character.
Yeah.
She likes Wanda and Vision's character, which I don't think everybody can say, you know.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm super excited. She doesn't usually get excited for Marvel stuff, you know, not the way I do, but she's really excited for this.
I like Wanda. Like,
yeah.
I like Scarlet Witch. I was not a huge fan of Vision.
Yeah, like...
Him in Age of Ultron, he was okay.
Relatively, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But I still do really enjoy him. I do think honestly that Infinity War is his best movie.
Even though he doesn't do anything.
Even though he doesn't really do anything in anything but Age of Ultron. And Age of Ultron didn't really do anyone justice.
He does a little in Civil War.
Except for Hawkeye. He does a little bit in Civil War. I would say that's far from his strongest movie.
I would agree with that.
I think Infinity War is his strongest movie because he has the most to do in that movie, and also because he's really very human in that movie, and he just keeps getting
Yeah.
It does, and the fact that he, had to sacrifice himself, and that their relationship was played really, really well, even though it had barely any screen time before that.
Yeah.
I think that he had the strongest role in that movie, even though physically he didn't accomplish a whole lot.
I could see that.
Starting out the movie with being stabbed.
Yeah, even though he wasn't. So I thought we thought he couldn't get stabbed, and then he gets stabbed. And
yeah.
Like, yeah. Well. Oh. Okay.
It was a special blade.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
That's like the cop out thing of like Cap's shield cannot break. And then Thanos' sword completely destroys it. It's a different material that they couldn't use.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It comes with the
that
terrain.
Makes sense. It makes sense. It's a comic book movie. What do you expect? There's always something bigger and better in a comic book movie. There's always something bigger and better.
Yes, there is.
That's for sure.
Thanos is going to look like a punk a few years down the road.
Oh, yeah. Like when Galactus... Okay, I don't think we talked about this on the podcast. We can talk about it here. Rumored that they're going to do a Doctor Doom series on Disney+.
Yeah, I don't know if I would believe that rumor, first of all.
Right.
Second of all, I don't like that idea, so I don't want to believe that rumor.
Here's what I thought, though, because I kind of tweeted this out. I wouldn't be mad, though, if it kind of gave you a background of who he was.
Okay.
In a sense.
I don't want to see Doctor Doom before I see the Fantastic Four.
I agree with that completely.
I think that Doctor Doom's origin story is intrinsically tied to the Fantastic Four.
Exactly.
I made a series of tweets about this. I think that villain movies and villain-focused media, comic book movie... Comic book villains. Yes. Movies and TV shows about them that people want to happen, whatever. Oh, let's get a, whatever origin movie. I think that Joker is pretty much the one that's only going to work ever.
Yeah.
If this is tried again. And that's for a lot of reasons that I'm not going to get into all of them. But for so many villains, one of the biggest reasons is that their origins are intrinsically tied to the heroes that they fight, like Venom. And that's a big part of the reason why that movie didn't work, is because that character is just not that interesting when you pull him away from Spider-Man.
Yep.
He's not interesting enough to stand up on his own. Joker? Yes.
Yeah.
Now, could Venom never be interesting? I don't think so. I don't think he could. But, maybe in some parallel universe it worked out, and the Venom movie is great.
Yeah.
So I think, first of all, there are very few villains that are interesting enough to pull that off. I think that Doctor Doom is interesting enough. It's difficult to make someone with inherently evil motivations, because Doctor Doom's motivations are evil. Even if you say, he's trying to protect his country or whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's the method that he goes about it that's inherently flawed.
Right.
His character is still inherently massively flawed. Trying to make someone like that the protagonist is extremely difficult.
It is.
With Joker, apparently it's worked really well. We'll find out once that comes out.
Right.
But also, the biggest issue is that Doctor Doom's origin story is intrinsically tied to the Fantastic Four's origin story.
Yeah.
And with Thanos, they nailed it completely by making him kind of the focus of Infinity War, so that they could really set that character up and do a whole lot with him and make him iconic. It worked so well, with Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight. He gets a lot of focus in that movie, and that's part of the reason that he turned out so well. So I think that Doctor Doom should get a decent amount of focus in a potential Fantastic Four movie. I don't really want a solo Doctor Doom project.
Yeah.
Could it never work? I won't say that. I don't think it would work before a Fantastic Four project, but just do it and do it right.
Yeah.
Maybe don't even start with Doctor Doom. That's kind of what I want. Don't start out with Doctor Doom. Start out with, what I would prefer is if they do kind of a Spider-Man Homecoming approach where the Fantastic Four they kind of already have their thing going on. And then they fight like Mole Man. I think would be the perfect choice. I think that would be hilarious.
I'd love to see Mole
Man. It would
Man.
be so much fun. It would be like the Vulture.
Yeah.
And then with the next Fantastic Four movie, they kind of, tie Doctor Doom back to their origins and he comes back into their lives, and then they have to fight against Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
That would be my Fantastic Four, idea. So, I don't know.
I agree with that. I think the only thing I think would be different is I think if they went for it after they did their first Fantastic Four movie, I think it has more of a chance of working.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be very, very interesting to see. Nico said, I want to see a what if where they're the Fantastic Five and Doctor Doom is on the team. Obviously, after we get Fantastic Four in the MCU, so not for a while.
That would be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because he was on the team.
Yeah.
He has been on the team before. He was part of Future Foundation.
Yeah.
So that'd be sick.
That'd be cool. All of this is heading, though, towards Secret Wars. Like, it has to. It has to. And who better to direct the Secret Wars movie than, the Russo brothers. They said that's the only reason why they would come back is to do a Secret Wars movie.
Maybe. They said they would do a Wolverine movie, too, which I actually don't think I want that.
I don't either. I think they would do well with Secret Wars.
I don't think they'd do a bad job with Wolverine. I would just want someone else to do it.
Yeah. I would like for the Russos to kind of be the directors that come in for the big, big movies. Like the Infinity Wars and the Endgames and the things like that.
Yeah.
I'd love it if other people did it too, but I don't think Marvel would turn them down after what they did with Infinity War and Endgame.
I never want to sound like I'm trashing the Russo brothers because they've done so much for the entire franchise. I would also prefer to see a different direction now because they've already directed the three biggest movies in the franchise and Winter Soldier, which was such a pivotal movie.
Right.
It's not their franchise, which I don't think that they do a bad job. I'd just be interested to see somebody else's take on the ensemble superhero blockbuster.
Yep.
Because Joss Whedon did such a fantastic job with the first Avengers. Clearly, Feige knows who he needs to hire for whatever project. If he does hire the Russo brothers, then they were the right people for that project.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see.
Who knows?
Not me.
Do you have anything else that you'd like to talk about? I think we covered it all.
Yeah.
I think we got it all. So we appreciate you guys joining us. It's kind of a shorter stream, but these short streams are fine sometimes. We really appreciate you guys joining us. We had a lot of fun this week. We're going to be back next week with another podcast on helmets, and then we are going to live stream again probably next Tuesday afterwards. I'll tweet out all the information for that when we decide what we're going to do. But as always, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, comment, all of that fun stuff. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on one of our videos. Follow us on Twitter at DorksNextDoor. Take out the E from next. Follow me on Twitter at I'm Andy York. Follow Jason on Twitter at DNDJason. Hey, if you are into this is a little promotion plug thing. If you're into sports podcasts, we just started one myself with Nico from New World Nerds and Justin from New World Nerds. We have come together to start a sports podcast on Monday nights before the Monday Night Football games, where we just kind of cover all the college football games from that week, all the NFL games from that week as well. So go follow them. Ballin' with the Boys is what it's called. So go check those out. We'd love it if you went and checked out those two that podcast as well. we've got a lot of interesting and great stuff coming out here very soon, hopefully on the channel. We're working on getting more content coming up and things like that, so we're looking forward to that. We really appreciate you guys joining us once again for this week, and we will catch you guys next week.